Greetings friends, Brickey here. This time around doing something a little bit different. DesignerCon 2022, where I'm working on that stage all weekend as the main host and MC for DesignerCon, a gig that I've had going back for about 5 or 6 years right now. And I absolutely love speaking to creatives from all walks of life, whether it's from fashion, toys, digital, physical, printmaking, graffiti artists, street artists, you name it. I love having conversations because they're all the same. They're all about people that somehow found a way to turn their daydream into a day job, and that creative struggle does not go unnoticed by me. Friends, it's a special vlog, a 3-day celebration of all things design. Brickey here. DesignerCon 2022. Let's take this adventure together. One of my favorite artists, Joe Ledbetter, super sweet guy. Him and his wife are the nicest people in the world. He just gave me a breakdown on his Disney collab that he did, explaining to me, get this, the characters are designed to look like they're in a dark ride, and there's a storyline. If you line all the characters up, of course, Goofy is our ringleader in mischief, but all the other Fab Five are falling into place on Goofy's antics. I just love that kind of deep storytelling that you get when you're fortunate enough to know the artist and have them explain to you their project they just did for Disney. I love this weekend. So it's Friday. We are a few hours away, like 3 hours away from the convention actually opening. I have a production meeting in a little bit for me and the rest of the stage crew, but I thought I'd take one of my early laps because I'm on the stage so much. My walking the floor time is very, very limited, and I wanted to just take a gander, and man, oh man, is it big this year. I mean, so big this year, and a lot of the booths are really, really bringing it. Wow, this is a step up. Another one of my favorites is Super 7. One, because their products are so great, but two, owner and founder Brian Flynn is literally one of the brightest minds I've ever talked to, and I've interviewed over 1,000 different creatives in my career of doing adventures in design, and Brian Flynn is top tier on how well he understands the creative business. Look at some of these offerings, a vintage Snoopy, and then don't these just give you that perfect Disney nostalgia? There's something about these where they're just so animated and perfect and show all the perfect contours that make these characters so amazing. And then right next to that, boom! Big Daddy Transformers, the size you always wish that Optimus Prime was. But don't worry, there's also a Mech Godzilla and a Megatron. What a mission statement, right? I love the idea. Hey, you know, Brian's an old skateboarder, punk rock, hardcore guy. So the idea of DIY, do it yourself. Of course he's making all the toys that he wished that he had when he was a kid. And that's kind of a great mindset for this entire convention. This room is full of creative outlaws and renegades, people that just said, this doesn't exist, and I'm gonna be the one to make it. And I celebrate them all for doing so. Production meeting, pushed back to 4:30, enjoying a root beer Dum Dum. There's not a better flavor. And waiting for our little meeting. First thing I do on stage, it's 6 o'clock. So I'll have the first hour to walk around. Well, no, I'll have the first 30 minutes. I normally get to the stage 30 minutes before call time. So I have 30 minutes to walk around and see it open. But it's been amazing seeing a lot of friends and looking at people busting their butts to get their booths wrapped up in the final minutes. I used to watch America's Top Model, Tim Gunn. Okay, designers, last call. All right, it is 10 minutes to doors. Just at our production meeting. We're flying by the seat of our pants. I'm gonna pop out front and see what the VIP, because Friday night's VIP only, so I'm gonna see what the vibe is out front here. Well, here's the bad news. There's only one person waiting in line. But the good news is, this one person is about 4 stories tall. And actually on Sunday, I'll be interviewing the co-founder of the company that's one of the sponsors that put this thing here. They are a very, very crazy NFT company that creates variable NFTs, all these different characters. And this is kind of part of their platform. It's a lot to take in. It's a deep dive on where art and technology and Web3 is at. I had to do a little bit of studying to kind of wrap my brain around it. But look at this thing. It's amazing. So I was rolling in and I saw this booth. I'm like, that looks kind of familiar. And then I realized it's my buds over at Mondo. I've been rolling with Mondo for, I don't know, over 15 years. A lot of my friends are the people that founded that company. They recently got bought out by Funko. Funko's now a big investor, I guess you would say, in the company. I'll be talking to them on Sunday on the stage, but it's fun to see my friends' like bizarre business just grow and scale. Oh, the eyeball turns blue and green. But check out some of these collectibles that they've done. I mean, these He-Mans and Battle Cats and the detachable different heads and fists and ways that you can mold these characters in whatever shape or form you want. Like, just what an insane thing to know people that go, hey, we love He-Man. We want to make some He-Man stuff. Let's get the license. Let's make He-Man and make childhood dreams into a project that we take on as grown-ass men. So excited to see all my friends just keep stepping it up and growing. So when I first came on with DesignerCon, we did not have booths like this Pop Mart one. This build out is absolutely insane, man. And to be around for so long to see it evolve and to see things like this pop up or what my friends over at Mondo has, it's just awesome. Love seeing people just raise the stakes and this world just get richer and richer and richer. And by rich, I mean experience with art and culture. I don't know if anybody's really getting rich in this room, that kind of rich. So if this artwork looks familiar to you, it's done by the same artist that did the Black Panther installation at Disney's California Adventure for Wakanda Forever over by the Hyperion Theater. And I'll be talking to Scott on stage this Sunday because Scott's also the same artist that did the logo for DesignerCon. Little dude Vincent, it's also his creation. One of the best things about Alex Pardee is this artwork is menacing. But if you know him, he's the sweetest guy in the world. So it just makes his artwork, if you're a bud, it just makes it funny. Like, you know that he is the nicest guy that you'll ever meet. So this thing is like zero scary, zero intimidating. It's just like, you can tell that it's a joke. I mean, he takes his artwork very serious, but he's so lighthearted that something like that would be different if it was done by somebody that lived more of a life of chaos, and not literally one of the nicest artists I've ever met in my life. Because, you know, you've always got to have a car. Can't have a convention without a car, right? Oh, wow. case you need scale, these are waist high. First one down, talk to Ben, the owner, creator of DesignerCon. Such a great collaborator. I talk for a living, to work with. I'm not going to be showing any of the panels because obviously I can't be doing them and filming them, but they'll be showing up later online, edited and all that stuff. This is way more just about what the vibe of my weekend's like, and just kind of giving you guys a look both into the con and what it's like to be me this weekend and to be hosting and interviewing a bunch of rad people. All right, gonna go check in with some buds. This bald guy that looks like Cobra Commander's head. He's one of my very best friends, the artist Jason Edmiston. And we have a tradition where every year when DesignerCon wraps up, me and Jason, the artist, and Jeff, his social media guy, we do a lap, a hard open to close lap around Disneyland, which is Jason's annual trip to Disneyland. So you'll be seeing Jason in a couple of days on the vlog, probably over the weekend too, but you'll be seeing both of those guys, me, them, and a couple of other artists do a Disneyland rip. And I love it because they're all such smart, creative dudes.
Hi.
All right, guys, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I got busted being a YouTuber, I gotta go. My friends over at Veve that do sort of a controlled NFT experience. They've been successful bringing people like Marvel and Disney into the NFT space, and man, oh man,
let me get a photo with you.
What a community they have built. I mean, they have built such a passionate community that loves them, loves their product, loves the experience, loves the investment. Like, this is one to watch. That is wild. I love fandom. I don't ever use the word fans because I don't like to call somebody that, but fandom, the art of loving something and being passionate about it, is so endearing to me. So some great networking. I was talking to the people over at Madrid Skateboards, and I floated out, would you be cool with me coming to your skateboard production facility? I'm like, you don't have to show me how everything's done, but just let me film you cutting the decks, shaping the decks, screen printing. Like, oh, come down, we'll show you. So, skateboard factory tour coming soon. Brickception. So for the next one, I'm doing a panel of 4 different speakers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll be sitting on the podium because it is very, very, very hard to talk down table, shoulder to shoulder, to 4 other people. So I've officially fulfilled my stage duties for this evening. The hip hop It is so exciting to see how many people here have booths because they heard me talk about having booths over on Adventures in Design, and I interviewed people that do this show. Like, it's fun to see other people get on the trail of not only making their own product, but standing in a booth with your product in front of you and talking to people and seeing their excitement and what you do and having that translate over to you. Like, it's such a great feeling for a weekend, instead of being an artist, hiding away in your basement or your spare bedroom or your office, wherever it may be, to stand next to your artwork and talk to people all weekend that are like, did you do this? Why, yes, I did. An amazing feeling. And to see so many people catch that from me and all the conversations I've had, that is, that's quite the reward.
Where do you want to go for dinner?
Where do you want to go for dinner today?
I don't sound like that, Mark.
Where are we eating at? Do you know?
No. What's that, Morton's?
The steakhouse?
Sure.
Let's do it. You got big money. This showroom floor seemingly never ends, but my day does. Well, friends, from backstage, behind the stage, I guess that's where backstage always is. I'm wrapping up day one of my vlog coverage for DCON 2022. Had such a great time tonight, and I really want to thank Brian Flynn from Super 7. I want to thank DJ Amen, and I want to thank Destroy from Shady 45, as well as Kwame, who I spent Saturdays with watching him on Yo MTV Raps. Thank you guys for such an amazing conversation. And of course, thanks to Ben of DesignerCon for opening up and doing the keynote speech with me. What an amazing day on the stage. Can't wait to come back and party with my friends at Sony tomorrow and see what other adventures we get into. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this different look at a convention. Yeah, you can get a refund. It was a free video.